Hi there, guys. So I'm back here, and today I'm gonna do a vulnerable sort of vlog here. I want to do this because this is something that I need to work on. I realized that when it comes to a situation where it's just me and another person, whether sometimes that's over the phone, even FaceTime, and most definitely in real life, I become awkward and I sort of lose social cues, and I feel hard to reply back to a person and just taking the emotions that the other person is giving in the conversation and processing it and giving it back. So it's part of the anxiety. So usually I think of when the other person is talking and they say something very delicate or emotional or something that means quite a lot, I become anxious because I'm thinking, do I reply back in a anxious tone, or do I, be still and blunt with everything? So it's more of like a tug of war in my mind and my feelings as well. So that's something I struggle with sometimes, and it's all with the anxiety and stuff like that. When I used to take the diazepam around a year ago, I used to find it that it used to dull the anxiety, of course, and I would be more sort of easier to float in conversations without overthinking. So the overthinking actually is what ruins any sort of intimate relationship or conversation I have with any person. So, for example, this morning there was a guy that came in here, the council, to fix the boiler, and just talking to him. So it was just me and him in this house. And I was just talking to him. He was stood over there, and as he's talking, I'm trying to keep my facial expressions as not looking so surprised. Like, yeah, yeah. Like I want to be able to just have the conversation where I'm listening to what he's saying, processing it, and giving it back. So I feel like I'm working on too many things. It's me trying to come across as someone that's not anxious. So I'm keep sort of like changing my face, like the expressions on my face, like, yeah, okay. Like I'm thinking my mind is focused on here, and whatever he's saying is literally going through one ear and out the other. So it's hard for me to just stay in conversation and stay grounded. That's what I'm working on. And in order to get there, I'm going to have to go through a lot of awkward situations where I learn and teach my brain and body that it's okay to, just be yourself, regardless of what the other person thinks of you. So many times in my life, like since I was young in school, if I think back, I remember once when I was in year seven, year eight, I'd wear a cap and I would be thinking as if, all the attention was on me, all the girls were looking on me, and it's basically a sort of thinking that you're better than everybody else, thinking you're sexy, you're that guy. I don't know why I had that in year seven, year eight. Like, it's a good thing, to feel like you're worthy of something, but too much of it is what causes overthinking. And I think it's because at that time I started to listen to rap music, and being a young child around 12, 13 years old, it will influence you and make you feel like you're that guy. So I think a lot of the influences comes from that, and the people we look up to as well. So it was guys from the rap scene. They would carry themselves a certain way, and I would love to be in that sort of environment. So that's something I always aspired to be in my early teenage years. Like, I think that's normal for teenage boys, right? Please tell me it is. So yeah, I I went on with it for the next few years, even the late 2010s, 2017, 18, 19. Like, I'd always think like people are looking at me, I'm the center of attention. So maybe it's an insecurity, really. Like, if I was to just be myself and drop my guard, like the way I am right now, I don't care what, I do care what you lot think about me, but I don't care if it's anything negative. Like, this guy is stupid, he looks retarded, but back then, I'll be feeling as if, people's opinions and validations weighed a lot more than what I thought about myself. And for that reason, I'll be a social chameleon. Like, I'd morph myself into different situations. If it's a group of girls over there, I wouldn't, go up to them in the sense as being yourself and getting to know them from a curiosity perspective and just a connection based approach. Usually, I'd go up to them, just to say those bunch of girls, I'd go up to them and I would start off a conversation with high charisma, something that I don't do in my day to day life. And I'll be projecting a image and carrying myself in a way that I think they would like. And I'll keep the act up like, hey, how are you? Wow, yeah. Things like that. Like, I don't even know why the body is just bouncing like throughout the conversation. It's to show maybe like, yeah, this guy's so confident, he can move around in the conversation. I don't know, probably. So it's that whole approach that's like a performance thing, which now I'm dropping, but it's going down very slow. So the mask itself, I'm taking off. Like I've met a few people in the last 2 weeks, and I feel like I'm starting to just letting it go smooth and taking it from wherever the conversation goes. If the person I'm talking to, whether it's a guy or a girl, is not interested in me, then so be it. Even though it stings somewhere like deep down here. Like I'll be lying if I say, like sometimes when I talk to people and they don't like conversate in the way or take things further the way I'd like them to, or the way it's supposed to go, it feels like I've let myself down. I could have used my mask and tried my best, but that's the old me, it's the old anxiety, and I'm not gonna, accept that anymore. So moving forward, I'm gonna try be myself and take things as slow, calmly, and grounded as possible. And I need to be so myself to the point where if I'm shaking and my voice is shaking or I feel anxious, I need to let that be obvious, because the more we hide things, the more we're gonna need a mask. So if I keep hiding my anxiety in front of people, just trying to be like, you know, I'm alright, yeah, just hiding it all, the more the mask is gonna come out naturally. So I'll I'll basically start pretending, and that's not what's needed in any conversation or any meeting in real life situations. And I'll try to learn more in when it comes to conversations as well. So that's something that I need to work on. When it comes to just talking to a significant partner or someone that you're interested in, something I also realized is I hate the conversation going dry. I feel like the responsibility is on me to carry it and to make the conversation fun, because all my life that's all I've known. Like I've entertained girls and conversations, things like that, make them laugh. And it's not on me. Conversation is a two-way thing. So if it's not really working, then that's 50% of the work on me and 50% on her, really. So I need to let go of the thought of it's all on me and just putting all the pressure on myself. And if the conversation doesn't go well through texting, phone call, or anything, then, as long as I've given it my all, in the sense as be myself and being truthful and honest, then there's nothing else I can really offer. So to make it work further, I just need to maybe get more experience and calm my body and mind and just be myself. Julian himself, so the anxiety coach I've been watching online, he says, take your card and show it to people. So if the people don't like that card and they reject it, like, oh, you've got that card, like, look at my card, and we don't go together. That means that in this world, there's people that are going to be gravitating towards you from the uniqueness of your card, whatever you have, and other people have the exact different card and they're going to be looking for their card. And if you don't have it, then that's fine. Keep going and you'll find the correct person. And the more you get rejected, the theory goes, the better it is, because in the long run, you'll find the correct person, whether that takes a long search or if that takes being yourself more and more honest and learning about yourself in the process. You'll eventually find the correct person and it will be more meaningful and, more fruitful and a realistic connection, instead of, like, here's my card, accept it, take it. So You know, let the people reject me, let them think whatever they want about me, and I'll I'll find peace in being myself and hopefully enjoy the journey and path of, you know, being completely myself, slowly coming out of my shell. Like in this video, I hope you can notice the difference between this, you know, the attitude I have now and the transparentness, if that's a word, in comparison to the old videos I might have posted in this channel. So if you have a look in the comment section and let me know if you can see any difference, that would be really helpful for me. And if you could give me any tips as well, so something I can bear in mind and try maybe add on to my journey and thought process as well. So that's going to be helpful. So yeah, today I was planning to make this vlog in Tesco, so Tesco Cafe, or go to somewhere else where it's a bit more social, but because I had to stay by, wait for the boilers to come here, the plumbers and whatnot to come to the house and stuff, so, you know, I had to stay right here. And as you can see, I'm not working today, so I'll take whatever comes my way. So I'm not going to be feeling irritable that I didn't get my exposure of the day. And, you know, just sitting here and being honest and open is just as big as exposure as sitting in Tesco. So even sometimes when I take the camera there and I start vlogging, even though I want to be myself, I'm more vulnerable, I find that it's still like a bit masky in a way. And I'm keep working to just be myself, but it's become such an automatic response that whenever people are around and I'm talking about a touchy subject or any subject for that matter, I feel like I try sometimes even please them in the tone that I'm talking in and the message I'm giving. Like I'll be more vague. I don't want people to listen to what I'm saying in a way. But hopefully I'm gonna be working on that and we'll see the growth and the journey process hopefully a few months down the line. But yeah, that's the vlog on here today. And thank you for taking the time out listening. And please like, subscribe, and share. And let me know what you think about my current social anxiety journey on here. And if you can pick up any awkward vibes, let me know. I really hope that, you know, it's quite visible, the slight awkwardness I carry, because if other people can pick up, at least I can put that into my thought and try work on it as well. So be real with me. But yeah, enjoy your days, guys. And I'm gonna take it from here on. Probably try go gym. I need a bit more muscle on me. But yeah, take care, guys. And I'll see you on the next vlog on here. Peace.